And here we are. Hi, everyone. We're super excited to have you here. I'm Debbie Hart. I'm in the Denver, Colorado area. We have Emrik. Can you say your last name, Emrik?
It's difficult. Try it.
Suichies?
We call it Suichies.
Suichies.
So you have to practice a little bit more.
And he is in Holland. And we have Dr. Reiner Viewegger, and he is currently in the UK. So want to let everybody know before we go any further that you can control your volume down on the left-hand side. All you have to have is either speakers or a headphone. You don't need to, be seen or heard. You can raise your hand with a question, or you can put a question down into the Q&A. We will be answering those throughout as much as we can, and we'll have a full Q&A at the end so we don't miss anybody. We're super excited to be here. I'm going to let Emrik kind of start out and introduce us as a group and what we're doing today, and I'll turn it over to him.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. Well, what Debbie already said, we're super excited to bring you this newest innovation, which is called Red Health. And of course, we all three are working already for a long time with several devices. And this is completely something else. And it brings in something which I think a lot of you want to have. But before we start, I want to introduce Reiner, Dr. Reiner Viewegger. Some of you know already who he is, but maybe he can tell a little bit about himself, so you know his background. Reiner.
Yeah, okay. My background is originally that I was trained as an orthopedic surgeon, and I stopped working with conventional medicine around 2000. So I'm doing some methods of CAM for more than 15 years and worked with several systems and still do it. And yeah, during the webinar, we will probably find out how we came across these new inventions and how I got involved with it and how we all got involved with it. And yeah, let's have fun and find out what these little devices can do for us.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Debbie, do you want to say a little bit about yourself so people know you?
Sure. I'm Debbie Hart. A lot of you know me through the NEST coaching program when I was coaching practitioners in the NEST system. Some of you know me as a client. I have been working as a NEST practitioner and coach for about 7 years now, but before that I was a cranial sacral therapist, a scanner therapist and trainer, and I'm a Kundalini instructor as well. So just love energy medicine in general, and love the science behind NEST. I'm very passionate about it. And so I'm really excited that Emrik and Dr. Reiner and I have come together with Red Health to bring you really a tapestry of all of that energy in a little device called Red Health that is really exciting. And we've decided to bring this to you as a group. They're bringing it from Europe and I'm bringing it into the United States. And we're going to share with you the line today. But I'm excited about sharing all of the background that I have with the energy medicine and my experiences with the Red Health so far today, and bringing it to you guys. We've been working with this together for a couple months, and we're excited about today. This is our launch.
Thank you, Debbie. Well, my background is also integrative medicine, and I'm doing a lot of yin yoga teaching. And we have a clinic over here in Holland with 40 people working there in regular healthcare and integrative medicine. And from this view, I'm the interviewer from today. So I will be interviewing Debbie and I will interview Rainer about this device. So it will be a sort of a game today. I hope you will enjoy. Let's start. Red Health, you see the big letters there, is about resonance. It's about energetic devices, and they are wearable. And when you are using those devices, something happens like this picture. It becomes a smile. And we said, when we started with this project, what if the impossible could become possible? We all three are trying to find something which can enhance our self-healing ability. Not only for a short moment, but something which works through the day, 24 hours, and which brings you to your own frequency, your own information pattern, which is unique. And I think this device brings in the right information. When you look at this first picture and you look on the right side, then you see the forest. And I think nature has all the answers which we need to create our self-healing ability. And those answers which are in the nature are put in this little device, which we will share, of course, later. Today we're going to talk about three models: the CB balance, which is on the left side. We're going to talk a little bit about the sport, and we are going to talk about the ease. There are more to come, and we are going to share more webinars about all the innovations we are creating, but today will be about these three devices. And you have to know that this device is 3D printed and it's handmade. So if you want to buy one, then you have a unique exemplar, we call it in Holland. and I think Rainer can tell you something about the shape, because the shape is very specific and it's not just a shape. So Rainer, can you tell something about the shape of the device, of the Red Health?
Yeah, when I first saw the device, it reminded me of an egg, and the outer case with the metal plate inside, which is round, so that looks like the yellow in the egg. And I've taken some training in what is called biogeometry, and in this biogeometry, the egg shape is a very powerful, energizing shape or pattern in nature. So that's one side, and we can also see already from the outside of the device that this is something that brings life energy to us. And the other thing is, when we look at the pattern on the metal plate in the back, this is something we find very often in flowers in nature, and this is following the Fibonacci series, and here it shows the relationship of 8 to 13. And who is a little bit familiar with the Fibonacci series, that will know that it slowly but continuously reaches the real value of the golden ratio. So this is also what's inside just the outer shape. If it wouldn't do anything, if it wouldn't emit any electromagnetic energy, it already does something harmonizing good for us.
Thank you, Rainer. Can you also explain a little bit about how the device works?
Yeah, so when we turn the device on and get it to work, all devices are emitting pulsed electromagnetic signals for us, ultra low intensity, and this is what our body field or our body would understand best. The frequencies are low, in the lower range, between about 1 in 100 hertz, but mostly just around our brain waves. And those frequencies are very important. They also use the Schumann resonance, of course, which is very important for us. And all frequencies are, I don't want to say imprinted, but they are modulated with patterns which are called fractal signature patterns or adaptive resonance. And this is how we give the body some additional information, which we will see later, to the electromagnetic frequency itself. So as we will see later, when we look at the circadian balance device, there are lots of meridian informations provided, but this is for the next half an hour.
Okay, thank you. So can I say, when it's emitting an electromagnetic frequency, that is something which is like what our body field is made of, or what the Earth is made of?
Yes, life is just, I think life is electromagnetic in nature itself. And we all interact with the Earth's magnetic field. We interact with other person's fields. We interact with electronic devices. Some are good, some are bad. So this one is a good one, because simply also because of its biogeometric shape, as I call it. And yeah.
Great. A lot of us know that we react on frequencies, and of course a radio frequency is something as a television frequency, or when you have your telephone, it's using another frequency. Could you share a little bit of information about how is the information carried in the field, because you have fields of information, and what sort of information is coming out of this device?
Yeah, so the carrier of the information is the magnetic envelope, which is created by a pulsed signal. Mm-hmm. And the frequency itself, which is a number, it may be 10 hertz, or maybe 2 hertz, or 5, or 15, or even something else. This is an information in itself. So the 15 hertz, for example, is an information in itself. But then if you modulate this 15 hertz a little bit, changing the frequency around the 15 a little bit, or even changing the intensity a little bit, this adds additional information to it.
Thank you. And there's also something which is called pulse glow light. Can you tell me something about this part?
Yeah, we all know that our cells run on biophotons, and that our cells are cavity resonators for sunlight. And sunlight is infrared light, is ultraviolet light, but it's also visible light. And the yellow color is very close to the green, and nearly in the center of the visible light spectrum. So it gives us, by its color, an additional information which is loved by the solar plexus. And also, when this yellow color is pulsed a little bit, it gives us an additional signal. And what I love in all these devices which we have, which run for 24 hours and 7 days a week, is that it only runs a few times a day for a few minutes. So it's not a permanent signaling which we get. From time to time, we are reminded in which rhythm we should operate. And this is what I love in it. And when we use Wi-Fi or something else that is turned on 24 hours per day, this is something which our body doesn't like, because it's too long and it's too loud. That is like in an orchestra when someone is playing the tube all the time, the same tone and much too loud. You would never listen to the symphony again.
Okay, thank you very much. And this is something which you are already mentioned, that there are a lot of frequencies and a lot of information patterns around us, which try to bring us down or try to change us. And some people recognize this because they get signals from the body, which we call symptoms. And then our body will try to remember us how to create new resonance, create an harmonic pattern. And if you look at this picture and you will listen to the music this lady makes, then the information pattern which comes from the violin brings in all the cells of her body in that same resonance, because the water is imprinted with the frequency which sends out by the violin. What I wanted to share with you all is that Red Health is doing the same. Like Rainer said, it's bringing in information on specific times to change something which is not like you anymore. And I want to share a video about a heartbeat. And that heartbeat is recorded. It's recorded in water. And with cymatics, with a new camera, you can record what is happening when your heartbeat is recorded. So please look at this video and try to compare it a little bit with what Red Health is doing in your water, in your cells. And I don't know if you can hear it.
Mm-hmm. But this is such a nice video about a heartbeat which is recorded, and it's recorded with the signals which is sending out every heartbeat, and you can see the difference in the patterns. On our journey, we met some years ago. I think 7 years ago, I met Rainer when I first started teaching in biophysical medicine. And since these years, I also met Debbie. We always said, what if we could have something which could be personal, which could be adjusted to your own information pattern? And if we could find something like that, then that would be great. But at that time, we didn't know that 7 years later, it would be there. And the CB Balance is one of the devices which can be personalized. You can do something with that specific device to create and to scan your own information field, and it can send out information which is specific for you, created. Rainer will tell you more about it later in this webinar.
And then, of course, we have something which we call the ease, and it supports with discomfort. And of course, we've got one for especially sport people, but also for enhancing your performance. And we will talk about it later. This wouldn't be possible if a big friend of Rainer wouldn't have started some years ago with creating this device. And it's a very friendly man. He lives in United Kingdom, and he is working with us to create all the things we want. But he's one of the founders of this creation. I always say one of the founders because Dr. Rainer is also one of the founders. Those two people, those two men, created this device together. But Bruce is very important. Now I want to introduce you a lady of the heart, and she's called Debbie. And Debbie will tell you a little bit about this next device, which we have called the Ease. Debbie, can you tell us a little bit more about this Ease thing?
Sure. So I have one here, and it's attached to a Velcro strap here. But what this is for discomfort, pain and discomfort, and also to really help the body's healing capability, to speed it up in terms of tissue repair and regeneration. So it's placed, it looks like this at the back of it, and then the front of it is the face that you see there. It's Ease. It comes with a strap, and you can put it anywhere you want, and you just tighten it on, and you simply press the button on the front that you see there, that Ease button. And what happens when you press that button is it starts lighting up, and the lights run all the way around the middle, and it starts emanating these signals, all the programs that are designed to start relieving pain, relieving discomfort, getting the inflammation down, revitalizing the tissues. It's all about the energy of what it takes to get pain and inflammation to be mitigated. And so it's a very focused device. It's not like some of the other devices we just saw that are comprehensive, that run 24/7. This is like, hey, I'm in pain. I just had knee surgery. I just had an injury. I've got back pain. I've got neck pain. I take the device, I face it down right on the area of discomfort, and I press the button, and it runs 3 different cycles. So, muscles, like you see here, if you've got back pain, headaches, if you've got a stomach pain, it's just going to help accelerate the relief and the discomfort that you're feeling, and also help it to the body, helps the body self-healing, it enhances it and speeds it up. So in the Ease program, it runs about 28 minutes, and the first 14 minutes are focused. There's a whole cycle of programs designed to ease the pain, ease the inflammation. Then it goes automatically into the second cycle, which is a rejuvenation. It kind of rejuvenates the tissue. It rejuvenates the amount of energy that we all know. Our body needs a lot of energy when it's trying to heal. It energizes the cells, and it also helps to release trauma. So if we have an injury, it really helps release that trauma. And then in the third part, the last 22 to 28 minutes, it goes into an uplift of our emotions. So whenever we've got chronic pain, whenever we've got an injury, there's always an emotional element. And what this helps to do is to lift those emotions, to calm the stress of everything down, and to integrate the body and the mind. So you can see here in the pictures that you can put it anywhere. You can wear it with a strap. You can get extra straps and put them around, your neck or your shoulder or your back. Or you can just take it and put it on different acupuncture points. For example, like the underside of the wrist, if you need to calm down, you can put it there. The back of the neck, if you have a tension headache, you can just lay it there, or you can strap it there even. and walk around or work and wear it. And then like for, you can put it over your navel if you have like digestive upset. So it's really a focused device. We're going to see later that there is also an ease program that runs on the C balance as well, but it's not as intense and it's not as focused as this device is. So this is also, just so you know, this is for animals as well. So it can be used for yourselves, your family, your animals. It's for any kind of pain and inflammation, and all the stress that comes along with it. And I've had I've had some amazing testimonies with it where people that have had a chronic pain like back pain, I had a testimony with back pain where it had been there pretty intense, like about an 8 or 9 out of 10. And after using the device for a couple cycles, so you can press the button a couple times, the back pain was completely gone. So we're getting good feedback on this in terms of people's experiences. So it's really positive and really exciting that it's just a small little device that you can just wear and get some really nice relief wherever you are.
Thank you, Debbie. Next to this, we have something which you could use in sport. And not only in sport, but also when you are, for example, riding a horse. If you wear it, it will not only influence yourself, but it also influences the horse. But you could also use it on the horse. So this is something which you could use for yourself and also for animals. Sport, of course, you think about sport, and we tried this watch out on some professional skaters, and one of the girls who is skating over here, she loved it, and she said, when I use it, I'm more focused, I'm more concentrated. And I want to share you a little bit about what is it doing. The sport device has 3 programs. The first one is 10 minutes, the second one is 21 minutes, and post is 18 minutes. And when you use pre, it creates an information field what brings your body and mind together. It does things on your muscle system to adapt and to be more aligned to what you have to do. And it creates a signal which is like the signal of the bladder meridian and the stomach meridian. And Rainer will tell you more about it when he's talking about the CB balance. Then the second program, which is called Go, is when you want to perform. And then, of course, what's very important is that all the energy which is there can be used. That all the connective tissue is ready to bring in all the information in your body field. So it helps you to activate, to be more focused. And then, of course, you have post to recharge again, to rejuvenate again, to align yourself, and to feel peaceful. So those 3 programs are very useful if you are doing a lot of sport. Well, now we go to I think this is one device which is the most advanced device, and this device is doing something with a circadian rhythm and with your health. Rainer, can you tell us something about the circadian balance, the device with the 2 buttons?
Yes, I'm so happy and thankful to Bruce that he started developing these devices, which provides us with just an amazing and complex information that we can use for our well-being. That is just amazing. I'm so happy about that. And circadian balance is basically the 24-hour body rhythm. And this kind of science is still developing, because we know about circadian balance since a long time, but it is now known that every organ has its own relationship to the time of the day. Every cell has its own relationships to the time of the day, and the hormone system is related to the time of the day. Our sleep patterns and being awake patterns and all these things are related. And to give a little bit of reminding information to the body that this is how you would be best if you would use that information at that time of the day, that is just amazing. And of course, how is the circadian rhythm created? It's created by the turning of the and by the light of the sun that shines on the earth, and how the magnetic field is also changing. So at daytime we have more electromagnetic radiation naturally because it's coming from the sun, and at night it's all more quiet and static, and this is more moon time. So our nervous system is working differently and it is aligned to it. And what we want to do and help with all devices is helping our own fields aligning to nature's best. And this would not only serve us, but also serve the interconnection between us if we would all wear things like that. And in the device, which runs 24 hours and 7 days per week, there is implemented not only the circadian rhythm, which gives some frequencies in the morning to support waking up, and gives other frequencies in the late afternoon to prepare for sleep, and in the evening just to aid the sleep patterns. It also has implemented the meridian clock, which runs every 2 hours in a different pattern of a different meridian. So we have 12 meridians, and everyone is running for 2 hours, and then it changes, and I'm sure most of you know about it. And we will see later on a slide how this is built into the device and how it does good things for us. Oh, here it is. It is working like a trainer for us, so it gives us some long-term information. It's not a quick fix of something that is more related to the ease or to the sport, which should give us a quick change. But CV is more, the circadian balance device is more sort to be a friend that is with us all the time and just reminding us a few times a day of how we could be to be in a better harmony. And then we could say that it's running a weekly rhythm, which is also a natural rhythm, of course. And then on day 4 and 1, it gives us some gallbladder and large intestine and heart and kidney information. And on day 2 and 5, it runs liver meridian support, stomach, small intestine, and heart protector information. And on day 3 and 6, we are supported in the lung field, spleen, bladder, and triple burner.
Rainer?
Yep.
A week has 7 days, doesn't it? Where is the 7th day?
Yeah, you know, the 7th day is always a special day. And here it is. The
Tell us something about it.
A special day, and we all know that from the Bible it said God made earth, and on the 7th day he took a rest. So this is the day in which our body field and our body will take a rest from being imprinted with information, and this is free for everything you want to do, and this is free for just being loved and being just curious what happens in the world, like this baby does.
So being a child again.
Yeah. That's what we want to be at the end when we wear it a longer time.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I always thought about this two-button device, that because you have a difference between two button and one button, that the one button would be for a man, because men only know something about one button, and female have much more buttons. So I suppose this must be the one for female, and then the one button must be for male, or am I wrong?
Yeah, if you're not explained what it really is, then the two-button device can be used on its own. With a one-button device, you need an Android phone and an app which comes with it to operate it. So there are two different ways of operating it. So the two-button device is very easy to use. The one-button device has only one button, but it's a little bit more complex.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with man and woman.
No, that's exactly the other way around. So.
Oh, okay.
That's thinking. But what is the most important thing on the C-Balance device is that you have the background programs which run in an automated manner once the time is set on it. And on the two-button device, it's very easy to set the time. On the one-button device, you set the time using your Android phone. And but the most important thing is that it is possible to personalize the information that is emitted from the device to our needs. And we can run this personalization starting a kind of a scanning process for us, and then the device will find out which meridian information we mostly need, and then it will add something of that to it, and it will do it for about 3 weeks, and then this personalization feature will stop automatically. So this is like a personal trainer.
Okay, sounds good. Rainer, when we look at this CB Balance with two buttons, you already told something about a telephone. This one we can use without a telephone, and there are some extra programs. I can see Calm, Sleep, Ease, Revitalization.
Yeah. So this is why the C-Balance is the most complex device that we have. And not only that, we have the automated background programs, but we also have the personalization. And the third thing we have 4 functions on the two-button device, which can be used to calm the mind, to support the sleep patterns, to ease tissue stresses in case of injuries or pain, and also to revitalize parts of the body. And these are manual programs that can be started, and this is quite similar to how the sport device is operated, for example. So it's another feature which is on the C-Balance.
And Rainer, do you always, if you personalize it, is it possible to personalize once a week, or do you have to personalize once in the 3 weeks? Because I can imagine that sometimes there's something in your life which happens which brings in some stress, and I would think maybe then it's very easy to personalize it again because you are changed, or what do you do?
Yeah, we might say that we could recommend to personalize every week or every 2 weeks. And what you can read here is that it is customized for 3 weeks. So it doesn't make sense to to get the same, to receive the same information longer than 3 weeks, and that's why after 3 weeks the personalization is automatically stopped. But
Okay.
you can personalize every week or every 2 weeks or even every 3 weeks as you like it most.
Okay, thank you. Then there is a difference between not only 2 button and 1 button. You also mentioned something about the telephone, about using the telephone. Can you explain a little bit how that works?
Yeah, so the 1 button device is the one that works with an Android phone, and it is using near field communication to communicate with the phone. So that is called NFC, and this NFC is also used to open hotel doors or to even make payments. And this is something that can be used to control the operation of the device. And you see there's nothing on the device for time setting. So the app that was developed for it can tell you about the state of the charge of the battery. It automatically sets the time of the phone to the device, so you don't need to do that manually. And in addition, you can choose intensities of how long the information is provided. In the 2-button device, there is an automated program. In this 1-button device, you can run it automated, or you can set it to 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes when it runs once. You can select the manual programs, which you normally use with pressing the button and going to calm and sleep and ease. And there's also a force option where you can set another additional four programs.
Okay, thank you very much. Debbie, are you still around us?
I am. I wanted to say something about the C balance. So just like in summary, the C balance device runs all the background programs and the personalization automatically. Once you personalize and you have the device on, all the background programs 24/7, all the personalization, it's all pre-scheduled. The only thing you manually run are these little boost programs that you see around the top. So if you need a boost of, like, you're really stressed and you want to calm down and you're in an acute state, you can run a manual boost of calm, or you want to like get some really good sleep and you're feeling kind of exhausted and stressed, you can do it. You can run a boost of sleep before you go to bed. If you're kind of feeling uncomfortable and you're kind of out of sorts, you're physically or mentally or emotionally not feeling good, you can use ease. So those are just manual boosts that you can initiate anytime you want. They run automatically once you press the button. The light just comes on as you press the button, the light just comes around. So it's really easy. So all these amazing sophisticated features of the background programs as well as the personalization, they're literally running automatically. So there isn't anything, it's really simple.
So the background the programs which are on it, they're like cycles. It's not just one frequency and one information pattern. There are more things in it, and it works through more minutes when you use that boost program.
Yeah, they run from about 15 to 22 or 23 minutes each.
Okay, thank you. All the devices, of course, are USB rechargeable. So if you want to buy this device, then there is a cable with it, and you can restore all the energy in this device, so it will run for, I think, some weeks. To go to the last part, what's very important, and we started this part with, what if we could make the impossible possible. Red Health is a device which brings you in a sort of harmony with yourself. And everyone knows that when you're not in harmony with yourself, then something occurs in your body which we call symptoms. And that symptom in your physical or emotional body or in your mental body is distracting yourself from what you are and who you are. So if during the week, during the weeks, during the years, you are more related to the harmonic patterns of yourself, then it must be something to increase your self-healing ability. And of course, not everyone wants the same device. So we said we have to create a lot of different devices, also in future. But for now, there is the C-Balance. There is a C-Balance for the Android. There is an Ease, and there is the Sport. And we are also working on specific devices for animals and for specific devices, not only for animals, but also for persons who have specific needs and wishes. Thank you, Rainer. Debbie, do you want to say a little bit more about this specification?
Sure. First of all, I think just bringing the animals in is really important, that these devices, these particular 3 devices that we're bringing today are very universal. And so they can be used for humans or for dogs and cats or another 4-legged pet, as well as for horses. And I had some really good experience using it on my horse, using it on my daughter's dog, as well as some really amazing feedback. I think Emrik probably has some things to share too about the C-Balance and how much it helped somebody in that harmony that he was talking about, because it's so comprehensive that it really works very deeply on the emotional system. And one of the strongest testimonies I've had so far is that the relationship of this person, the stress of the relationship that she's living in, has become very clear and easier to deal with, and she's handling it in a very much more grounded, she's just handling it with more ease. And so, you know, regardless of the stress that we're under, I think that there's so many elements of our energetic system and of our emotional system that are involved. And what's beautiful is that the C-Balance, as you can see through all these features, has so many programs running throughout the 24 hours and throughout our life that we're just getting a really nice, gentle reminder all the time of how we can be in that state of harmony and that state of love, which is, you know, where we all really want to be. So this chart just kind of lays out as a summary so you can kind of compare what you would get as far as functionality. We have the emotional stress relief support. It's in the C-Balance. Both the C-Balances are the same. Remember, one's just working with the Android and does have a few more little features in it, but it's generally the same. The Circadian Balance 24-hour meridian clock is in both. So it's working on supporting all of the 12 meridians and all of the different rhythms in our body and that our organs go through 24/7. Electrosmog support, so that's a huge one. The EMF, we're chronically kind of bombarded by electromagnetic frequency, and this is going to help the body field get stronger in regards to dealing with it and handling all of that fatigue that it can create, especially in the heart, and the stress that it can create in the body fields. It really helps with environmental detox. So you see the E and V, and you see the A and M. A means it automatically runs, M means you invoke it. The user activates that program when they want it. So the E and V is automatic. The travel stress support, so for animals that are traveling, for people that are traveling, there's quite a bit of stress on the energetic system, and that's going to be supported with C-Balance. The calming, so the calm When you see MCalm, that means it's a user-activated program. You can boost additional calming. You can boost sleep support. You can boost ease, which is getting rid of just general discomfort. Or you can boost revitalize, which is, extra energy and getting through whatever you're doing with some more energy. Those are manual boost. There's also, with the Android C Balance, there's some additional programming that's available. So you can, instead of revitalize, you can program it to be travel support, inflammation support, shock, like acute stress or shock, rejuvenation, which is like tissue rejuvenation and general energy rejuvenation in the body. And then we have, in the ease, we have pain, discomfort, and tissue repair. So the pain TR, those are all supported with the ease device. And then with the sport, we have the manually invoked. Again, you run it whenever you want to, as many times as you want. You've got 3 modes, which are the preparing for sports, enduring the sport and getting enough energy during the activity or the competition, again, people or animal, and the post, which is just calming down, winding down, and rejuvenating, recovering. So those are just kind of a summary. If you're looking to see what each one provides, that's a summary of what they kind of offer.
Thank you, Debbie.
I want to add something to it. Remember, Emrik, you told us the story of the lady who is the skater.
Yes.
And you can also use the sport for performance in general, just like it could also be mental performance, because she said she was more focused, had more concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is also what people can use the sport device for.
I think in business, or when you are having to perform very in line in what you do, then you can use this one, because sport is only about sport, but you could use it for more other things, I think. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you. Then a very important thing, people always want to know, what does it cost? And of course, this device, I think it's priceless. So I want to share you something about the costs, and maybe Debbie, you can explain a little bit about it.
Sure. So there are basically 3 models that we've brought forward today. The C Balance, which is runs automatically 24/7. Those are $359. The Android version, which is listed here as NFC, just stands for near field capability. That's Android. The Android version that works with the app is $395. And then the Ease is $185, and the Sport is $225. And sometimes there will be, like, depending on, like, for the animals, there's a couple different cases available. You'll see, but they're basically all $359 and $395 in the Circadian Balance. I think it's just slightly less for the Sport for the animal, because there's no watch band. It's just a buckle. It's just a straight buckle device so that you can put on the animal, fasten it onto their collar or fasten it onto their halter. So, but these are generally the base prices, and they come with a recharging cable. My experience is that they only have to be charged at the most every 3 weeks, even when I'm using a lot of the boost programs. So they really last a long time. 1-year warranty, and with the animals, there's a 6-month warranty, just because they can kind of get, I mean, our dog has gone in the water quite a few times, and, they do take a lot more abuse, basically.
Debbie, are the devices waterproof and shockproof?
Yes. Yeah, they're submersible for, I believe, 30 seconds, completely submersible. Our dog has been swimming many times in and out of the river, and the device is perfectly fine. So that's been really nice. I know my mom actually takes a shower with the device every day, and it's surviving fine. So it's got a really nice environmental seal on it. So I would say very strong water resistance, but not 100% waterproof. Like if you left it in the water for a day or two, I'm not sure. But it is very strongly environmentally sealed. So, and completely rechargeable.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, let's go on. The last part, we decided to create a next webinar. And of course, this year there will be some more. But the next webinar will be on Valentine's Day. And it's about specific about dogs, cats, horses, cows, whatever we want to talk about. And we have a lot of experience to share. Debbie did a lot of work with devices the last years on horses. I did so too, and I also used it a lot with cows and of course with cats and dogs. So what we want to share is all the information which is there about those lovely creatures who also have an ability to heal, and they have another ability. They don't think like we do. So they are a little bit easier to use these devices. So I hope you can be there in February in our next webinar. And of course, if you want to have more information, you could go to both websites, newhealthcenter.com, because redhealth.com and redhealth.eu is not ready yet to be used. And so we put in all the information for Europe on newhealthcenter.com, and you can buy the devices over there in the shop. And for the US, you can buy them on globaltransformationpathways.com. And of course, if you are from somewhere else, then you can contact us, or you can order and it will get to you. Well, we said we wanted to speak for not longer than 1 hour, and we still have 3 minutes left. So I think we did a good job together with the 3 of us. And now we have some time reserved for questions and answers. And maybe I will shut down this this great menu so you can see me. Or I keep this here, and then you just see who is talking. What should we do, Debbie?
Let's go ahead and just bring ourselves forward right now. I think that would be good.
Okay, then I will.
We have some great questions here. So Randy from California. Hi, Randy. He says, if I scan on ProVision, should I remove the device?
I would say it's not necessary. You can put it down, but it's not necessary because it doesn't work all the time. It works by its shape, and this is always with you, so it wouldn't influence the ProVision scan a lot, because then you try to focus on something which you probably would like to solve. And you would also see when the device is working, the yellow light will turn on for that time when it's working. And yeah, if it has done something just half an hour ago, it will not turn on again during that 20 seconds of a scan also.
Perfect. So for all those who don't know what a ProVision scan is, Randy was referring to ProVision being a Nest scan. That's a bioenergetic system that encompasses all of this great energy of the field and correction of the energetic field. And so Reiner was just answering that. Neil Burnham, he says, fascinating. Thank you to all for developing this. Well, thank you for being here, Neil. We're super excited to have you, and glad you're enjoying it. Let's see, Karen, and forgive me because I'm not good with some of the the names in Europe. Karen Vase asked, how can the device work for people who work night shifts?
Well, maybe I can comment on that, because I worked a lot with people who work on night shifts, and I did a study over here on people who work on night shifts and use a device like this. And those people were all much better when they used it during the day, but also during the night, because they are stabilizing their energy level, and it's different when you work at night as when you work during the day. So not only getting you through the night, but also changing your circadian rhythm every time and then bringing it back to where it has to be is much better if you use the device. So it brings you quicker to your own rhythm. And we also saw this with people who are flying a lot. And when you're flying, for example, to Japan, and you're flying back, or to the US, and you stay there for a long time, you usually have a problem with your circadian balance, because you're shifting, and we call it over here jet lag. I don't know how you call it. I think the same. But recovering from your jet lag is much better if you use this. So I would suggest every frequent flyer needs this.
Yeah, and you would, and if there's a time shift when you fly, you can set it to the time of the place you want to go to right when you start flying. Mm-hmm. That makes it even easier. Yeah.
So thank you. So the next question is, can children use it?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think they adjust very quickly. Mm-hmm. The only thing where we have to be a little bit not careful, but when you're very sensitive, we had some persons over here who are very sensitive, and when they used it, and they used it directly during the day and during the night, it shifted a lot. So we had the experience that when you use it and you're very sensitive, and a lot of children are, first use it during the day and then put it aside during the night. And then when it's okay, next week, after 1 week, you wear it during the day and during the night, because then your body field can adjust, and it's bringing in so much information which you need. Sometimes it's too much, and then you have to take care, right?
And also, when you have when you have this CB Android, you can set the intensity on lowest, so that the information is only provided for a very, very short time.
Yeah, that's what we did with some sensitive people. We put it down. Yeah.
Great, thank you. So Lynn Polasic from California, she says, what is the lifespan of the device? How often must the batteries be replaced?
Rainer?
So maybe that question might be for me. The battery doesn't need to be replaced at all, because they are USB rechargeable. And as far as I remember, Bruce told me that they should last about 5 years, if not more.
Great.
So they're very high quality batteries, which should make it for a long, long time.
And when you charge it, how long does it stay there? Does it work? What's your experience, Rainer?
Yeah, my experience is that it's done in a few hours, not in 4 hours, but at about 8 hours, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm. I've let mine drain, and mine have taken about 24 hours, but it's recommended to take it off like once every 3 weeks and just let your body reharmonize on its own. So it's okay to take it off and charge it overnight and then put it back on again. And mine's lasting easily 3 to 4 weeks right now. So it's really a strong battery. So Katie Noonan is asking, are the devices available in Mexico? Hi, Katie. Are the devices available for immediate shipment when ordered? And I can answer from the US. So just from the US shop on globaltransformationpathways.com, everything is on pre-order status right now. So we're in a soft launch. and everything will be starting to ship. All orders placed now will be starting to ship after February 7th. And so for that, we are offering completely free shipping, no matter where you are. And then after February 7th, the devices will be on regular status. They won't be on pre-order status anymore.
Yeah.
And for Europe, the devices are available already. And in Europe, the prices are all including VAT and shipping.
Yeah, and so of course, in the US, the tax is only going to be for Colorado. So everybody else will be tax-free there for tax purposes. All right, perfect. Philomena from the East Coast, Philomena Sakelis, do you hold it when you scan as we do with Ness?
Yeah, is that me?
Rainer, you're the specialist in this.
Okay, so yeah, you can just keep it in your hand, and but what we also sometimes recommend is just put it close to your heart, so that it's all about focusing and the emotions coming with it, and that's the simplest thing we can do.
But you don't have to put it on the skin, because when you keep it on your body like this, it already scans your body field.
Yeah,
so
it does.
When it's next to you, it always scans.
That's good.
Yeah, but most of the time you will hold it in your hand when you press the button to start the scan process, or when you use your phone and using the NFC to start it, and then of course you will lay down the phone and be as far away as you can.
Perfect, thank you. Hopefully that helped to answer your question. If there's still anything unclear, we're happy to answer there. Christy Miller is asking, I joined late, will there be a recording available? Absolutely. Tomorrow, 24 hours after the recording is finished, it will automatically be sent to everybody who registered. Whether you were absent or whether you came in late or whether you were here, you will get a recording of the webinar, and it will be good for 72 hours. Randy again, will it be refined for iPhones? In other words, have an iPhone app. That's
a good question.
Yeah,
that's a good question. Yeah. So in the future, we don't think that Apple will allow the iPhone to use the NFC as Android does. So in the future, there will be another development that it can use other ways of communication with phones. It will take a few months, but then also this problem will be solved.
Perfect, thank you. Neil Burnham, how would you tell if they are actually working, that the frequencies are being emitted?
Well, I've got a little device which tracks magnetic frequencies, and when you keep it next to it, you can hear the different frequencies which come out. So maybe in the next webinar I can share it with you. Yeah. We can keep this, and then we put the device with it and put it on the different programs, and then you can hear the different frequencies which will come out. So yeah. I had the same question, and I asked Rainer, and I was very curious, does it work? And then he said, yes, it works. And then I said, okay, I have to know this, and I have to see it. And yeah. Rainer did something else. Rainer, can you tell me?
Yeah, so the frequencies, when they come out, they are measurable, and you can really measure it, and I have measured it myself. But what Bruce has done, because many people have asked this, because not everyone can measure all the time, and this is also one reason why this little yellow spot was put there, showing that the device is working.
Yeah, the light comes on every time it cycles into a new frequency. The light comes on, and it's beautiful. So hopefully that helped answer that, Neil. And I'm happy to talk to you more. Esme Hoffman, Can different people in one family use one device, or should everybody have his or her own device?
Yeah, in our family, everyone has his own device. And if it's, of course, you can share devices like the Sport and the Ease. The C Balance, which you used 24 hours a day, it might be better if everyone would have one. It also might be that, of course, you can use it for 6 months yourself and then give it to your partner for 6 months. That's also an option. But yeah, it always depends on what you want. So for the CBs, it's nice to have your own, and all the others can easily be shared in the family.
Especially for the personalization part of it, which is such a strong feature of it.
Yeah.
Joy Ohm from Boulder, Colorado. Is there marketing material to share with others? I can answer from the US standpoint. The website, the information is on each device on the Global Transformation Pathways website. There's a full information there, and the redhealth.com website will be coming very soon. And that's what we have right now. And I'm sure that we'll create some flyers of some more marketing information in the next few weeks. But we do have the website fully up, and it does go through each of the devices. And you guys can speak to the EU and the NL web, to the shop, Emrik.
Yeah. There's on the EU shop. There's also everything available, and of course, when you buy a device, then you will get instruction, and everything is available. Yeah.
Perfect. That was the next question. Lynn Palasic in California. How do we learn how to use it? So we have the quick start guides that come with the device when you get it. We also have the full user and usage guides there's a full suggested usage guide as well for the C Balance. So you've got 2 full guides online that will be downloadable as soon as you get the device. They'll be ready. And our webinars should also help, just people's experiences, interacting, how people are using, how they're getting along. But we will always give you the quick start guide, which will really help get you started and offer the downloads immediately from the website. From the US, those will be available immediately in the next 2 weeks. The shipping will take place from February 7th on.
And we are creating very short movies, which
Yes.
will be helpful. So they will be on Facebook later.
Yeah. About how to set the time, how to turn on, how to turn off, and all these things.
Yeah.
Next question. Adrienne Kimmons, she's from the East Coast. From Missouri. Can we sell these items in our practice?
I missed the question. What did you say?
Can we sell these items in our practice? So professionally, can they sell them to clients?
That's for the US more, Debbie, maybe? From
Yeah,
Missouri?
we're discussing the affiliate programs. We're discussing. We have a lot of people really interested in being able to pass this on to their clients. And so let's get together, Adrienne. I have 3 or 4 people that have already asked me. I think Ryan or Emrik and I just need to talk about get together on this affiliate program, and we will get right back with you. Anybody that's interested, reach out and we'll set something up, or we can discuss it with you. Okay, let's see. Neil, if you buy the 1-button C Balance now, will you be able to use it with the iPhone later?
The answer is no. Unfortunately, no, because it can only work with NFC, and this is what the iPhone is not providing, which we think. And if the iPhone would make it possible, it would work. We would create an app for it. But I think there will be another way of communicating in the future. For Europe, we are thinking that we probably would find a way of somehow easily or somehow make it more affordable to have another device if people now buy the 2 button and then want to have the communicating version of it. So then we are thinking of making an offer just to have another one which can be shared in family. For that inconvenience that for now you can't use it with the iPhone.
Right. So as soon as iPhone opens up that near field capability, an app can be created for it, but it's closed on the iPhone right now. It's only available for Apple Pay. It's not available for near field capability for other applications. So hopefully that's going to be something that, like Reiner said, will be addressed. But the capability is basically the same. It's just you either use it from the device itself and do all the features like the scanning versus working with the app. So there are a few extra things on the Android version, but it's basically got all the same features. Neil is asking, can you use one Android phone to program 2 devices for 2 different people?
Yeah.
You can, one after the other. So
one after the other. Yes.
Yeah, so if in the family you want to share it and that one person is using it for 2 weeks, you can personalize it, and then of course you can use it with the other person for 2 weeks and personalize it again. But you can't do it at one time for 2 persons.
Over here there was someone who bought an Android phone with it.
That's what I did.
Oh, you did the same.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Well, okay.
I mean, I needed to be able to use the application. So I was happy. Actually, my iPhone got stolen, so I ended up having to get a new one, and I ended up getting the Android because of the Red Health. But it's certainly something that not to worry about if you don't have an Android. It's, the C Balance, everybody that I've been working with C Balance, it's fully, the features are full and they're comprehensive, just like the Android. It's just you don't have that app, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions? We have some great questions. Anybody else? I mean, don't be afraid to ask anything. We're here to answer anything that you're wondering. We've had some great questions. You guys have been great. Hopefully you've really enjoyed, and things are, kind of sinking in on all the potentials with the Red Health. Oh, we have some more coming in here. Lynn Palasic, does it matter where on the body you put it? It works basically on the entire body field, as long as it's somewhat close to the body. You don't want it, 3 feet away from, but as long as it's near you, like if you want to take it off when you're sleeping, you just lay it on near your pillow or in your bed. As long as it's close to you, it works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And Joy, how does it interact with the use of infoceuticals?
That's a good question. Reiner, can you tell something about it?
They will both work really well. Yeah, it can be combined. There's no matter that it would. For sensitive people, it might be too much using both together, but normally they would support each other.
And it would be interesting too to see how people react with them separate. So if you were to scan with the Red Health and you were to let the 3-week, personalization kind of unfold, and then you were to, do some infoceuticals. So it would be good to see. I mean, I think it's going to be a personal experience, but they're very synergistic. Like Reiner said, definitely not with a sensitive person. You wouldn't want both going on, but they should be really synergistic. It would just be interesting to see how the personalization with the Red Health worked independently of taking the infoceuticals, and just kind of let each person have their own experience there.
Yeah.
Adrian, Kemen, so my husband has an Android and I have an iPhone. Does it matter since he has the phone?
No, you can use your husband's
Right.
Android phone. Just you can download the app to the phone, and the only thing is that your husband needs to allow you using it for that short time. The device is personal. The phone is not.
And I'm happy to jump on with those people in the US. I know we're going to have people that have questions and doing like an intermittent little meeting or webinar globally or for the US to help in the initial unfolding, and as people receive the devices and they start using them, we're totally going to be here for questions. There's you can put in questions through the website.
Maybe one last comment on everything. Red Health is not what we call a Jesus device. It's something which aligns you to your information field, which brings you in harmony again. But of course, you need to always take care of your environment. You need to have the right vitamins, the right elements, the carriers in your body to carry the information to the right spot. So it's not only about the information which is there. Just like your mobile phone. When you have a mobile phone, you cannot connect internet if you don't have the right code. And so the information field can be very good, but what Red Health is doing, it's bringing in the right information, and then you have to be receptive to get that information and bring it to where it has to go. So next to this, all things like meditation, yin yoga, qigong, kundalini, all the things together make that you are staying in that harmony. And it's a lot of people think, well, when I buy this, then I'm better. But it doesn't work like this. It works like it's creating an environment which is very personally tuned to yourself. So you become your own tuning fork. And Red Health is helping to get your own rhythm. And a lot of devices, they work on one specific thing. So like the devices we worked with My Health and Gravita and Skinar and all that devices, they bring in a certain vibration, which brings in information for one specific thing. And this is bringing not for one specific thing, but it's bringing in your information, which has to be created as a sort of harmony. And that's what I like very much. That's different than all the other devices. And it brings you, what Rainer said, it brings oneness, it brings wholeness. It creates something in which you are and who you are.
Beautiful. Thank you, Emrik. Ella Vidfear, she says, red harmony, the harmony of the heart is red, with a smiley face.
That's nice.
Yeah, so that was an interesting thing when Debbie and Emrik came up with a red. So it's a color, and it's the color of the heart, and it's the color of love, and it's resonant energy device, and it's also the first names of the three of us, right? Emrik and Debbie.
Yeah. Yeah.
By
it
accident.
resonates with all. Yeah.
By accident.
That was very synchronistic. So, Chrissy Miller, is this similar to the My Health, but you wear it? I joined very late, so I'm sorry if you've explained that already. No problem, Christy. I will have a full recording available and sent to you automatically tomorrow. It is, you know, one of the goals of the My Health is to rejuvenate the body's energy and to mitigate symptoms and release energy blockages. So in that way, the Red Health is similar, but it's very gently reminding the body and intermittently running in cycle with all of your different circadian rhythms, all of your meridians, your emotional system, your sleep and wake cycles. So it's comprehensively giving you exactly what you need at the right time, whereas it's not just being applied to the body field at a specific time for a certain, and then you're done. So it's got a very broad support system built in with gentle cycles that run 24/7. So the idea of less is more, the idea of not bombarding the body field, but to gently remind it, and to bring many elements, over a 24-hour period of time into harmony. I think there's a lot of different ways to think of it, but that was my thought at the moment.
Yeah, and not only for one day, but just about for weeks and months, just to gently train the whole system.
Karen Alfano, will there ever be a model that combines C balance and sport?
Well, you have to wear both.
Well, you do have a lot of manual boost on the C balance, and I think it's going to be, again, because Red Health is so new, a personal experimentation of how those manual boost on that C balance work for you. If you use the Revitalize and you use the Calm boost, and you use the what's the other boost? There's Calm, Sleep, Revitalize, and Ease. So Ease, it has the easing of the discomfort and the rejuvenation of the physical body. So I think it would be a matter of experimenting and seeing if you're getting what you need with the C balance. But if you're really a performance athlete and or your animals is a high performance, you might need that boost and that additional focused pre, during, and post sports enhancement. Additionally, I think you have to kind of see what the C balance does for you and how strong the boosts are for you. But I don't think they'd be combining them and directly answer your question there. Neil Burnham, would you explain again the benefits of the app with the Android version compared to the iPhone version? Sure.
You want to do it, Abby?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so they both have their benefits. The two-button version is not the iPhone version. It's just a version in itself, which can be used without using any additional gadget to it. So it's for example, it's very easy to just set the time with pressing one button at the right time at noon, or even pressing the other button and holding it for a few seconds and starting the scan. So you don't need to open the app. You don't need to have a phone with you. And people who don't like having a phone, they can use the two button. The difference is that you can, on the one button device, which works with the Android app, this allows you to change the intensities, which is an automated cycle on the two-button device. So it always starts with a low intensity, and then next week it becomes a bit stronger. And this is one of the differences. And the other one is, and this is also what you can see in the pricing difference, that it has 4 more manual programs which can be activated by the user.
Right. So Neil, the boost on the 2-button C balance is Calm, Sleep, Ease, and Revitalize. And just additionally on the Android, you can change the Revitalize. If you don't want Revitalize, you can have tissue rejuvenation, shock, calming inflammation, or travel, easing, the stress of travel. So there's just a few more things you can kind of fine tune instead of using Revitalize. Besides just having the app to set the time and the app to do the scan, they're the same.
Yeah, and the app doesn't do the scan. The app is only starting the scan.
Yeah,
so the scan is done by the device.
Does that help, Neil?
I think
He
he
says
says
yes.
yes.
Thank
Yes!
you.
Exclamation point.
I heard it.
Any other questions? Any other questions? You'll notice on that there's, you know, you can, with the ease, you can also get it so that you can get extra strap links. So depending on where your pain and discomfort is, if you're thinking that you want to get an ease, you can, it comes with different strap links too. So you can customize that way. Any other questions on the C balance, the sport, the ease, anything you're wondering about, or more clarity that you need? It'll all be on the websites as well. You can read about each of the devices.
Yeah, and if you have some questions tomorrow or next week, just email us. Let us know.
Totally email us. Our contact information will be in the follow-up email. Those are really great questions. So we have one more that just came in. Karen Waterlander, will the 4 extra functions that are available for the C Balance Android also come available for the 2-button C Balance?
No, that cannot, because it's only possible to put 4 functions on one 2-button device.
So she's referring, so the 2-button comes with the Calm, the Sleep, the Ease, and the Revitalize, and she's just referring to where you can change the Revitalize if you want to. Revitalize is a wonderful program to Rejuve, Shock, Inflammation, or Travel Ease. Can you repeat the website link, please? Sure, absolutely. Let me put that in the, can you show that slide again, Emrik? Can you by chance?
Yes, I can.
Katie Noonan says, great job. Thank you so much. It was fun. We've been waiting for this day.
Well, this is not what I wanted.
So the, it's the New Health Center, right? The New Health Center shop?
Yeah.
For Holland. Let me chat that out here to everybody.
We will put the links into the emails that will be sent out tomorrow.
Yes, they will definitely be in the follow-up email.
There they are.
Chat those are. So it's newhealthcenter.com shop in Europe, and in the US it's globaltransformationpathways.com, also in the shop. And the detail information is all there too for people, and there's quite a few animal devices as well if anybody's interested in exploring this for their horses or their dogs or cats, for the C Balance, the Sport, and the Ease as well. So you'll see all that there. Let's see, some more questions just came in. What device and where wearing for Dr. Reiner and Emrik?
I don't know. I'm wearing the 2-button device. So I have the 2-button. My wife has the 1-button, but I've got the 2-button device.
Yeah, so I'm wearing most of the time the 1-button device, and sometimes I use the Sport, and I put on the Sport for the webinar just to be able to show it. And
it comes with a, for guys, for men, and for women, it comes with a beautiful leather. Do you have that one on, Reiner?
Yeah, I do.
It comes with a leather necklace that is long enough to where it won't show like mine is. I just have mine showing today on my own silver, but it comes with a leather necklace with a magnetic clasp. So it's
not magnetic, it's mechanical.
Mechanical?
Yeah.
So
this is how it looks like. It goes in,
So
and
it's plenty long enough where you can tuck it down into your shirt, you know.
Yeah.
And
But,
it can just be kind of.
You can put it into your pocket, and it can also go on a keyring if you have it always close to you. You don't need to wear it on a necklace. And of course, you can use whatever necklace you want. We only decided to give a nice neutral dark leather with it.
Thank you. And we have Esme Hoffman. She says, very interesting. Thank you, Esme.
Dankjewel, Esme.
Say that again.
I said, dankjewel, Esme. It's Dutch.
Esme. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions? Again, we're here for questions. You know, just contact us and reach out, and we'll be happy. Neil says, thank you, great job. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We're so grateful. We're so excited, and we're super grateful for Bruce, who brought this opportunity to us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bruce.
Yeah, thank you, Bruce.
Well, hope to see you all again on February or another webinar.
Yes, we'll look forward to seeing you February 14th again, or hearing from you with any questions that you have. We really want to hear from you guys once you start using them too.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Karen Alfano says, no question. I just want to wish you the best of luck. And we have some thank yous. Ella Vidfear, she says, thank you. Thank you, Ella.
I will be there. Thank you, Neil.
Yes. All right, you guys. Thank you. Randy says, thank you. Namaste. Namaste to you, Deidre and Randy. Thank you so much for coming. Christy Miller says, thank you. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for today. Thank you all. We'll be in touch tomorrow and follow up and send you the recording and all of our contact information. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, just reach out to us. Thank you so much for being here.
Bye-bye.
We look forward to seeing you in February.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.